It's all over, but the cry, and nobody's crying but me. Friends all over know I'm trying to forget about how much I care for you. It's all over, but the dreaming, poor little dreams that keep trying to come true. It's all over, but the cry, and I can't get over crying over you. It's all over, but the crying,
and nobody's crying but me.
Friends all over know I'm trying
to forget about how much I care for you.
It's all over, but the dreaming, poor little dreams that keep trying to come true. It's all over, but the crying,
and I can't get over crying over you.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love, and with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
I don't want to set the world on fire, honey. I love you too much. I just want to start a great big flame down in your heart. You see, way down inside of me, darling, I have only one desire, and and that one desire is you. And I know nobody else ain't gonna do.
I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just wanna be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
Everyone tells me he's no good. He doesn't love me like he should. I would forget him if I only could. He's a demon. He's a devil. He's a dog. That man can look me in the eye and tell the biggest, sweetest lie, and I forget that lipstick on his tie. He's a demon, he's a devil, a dog. Sometimes I make up my mind that I'll stop being so blind and tell him off real bad. But then it turns on those charms and there I am in his arms, and I forget why I'm mad. I ought to tell him drop dead, but I keep loving him instead. My mama must have dropped me on my head. He's a demon, he's a devil, a dog. Sometimes he thrills me through and through. Sometimes he's sweet, sometimes he's true. Sometimes I wish he were in Timbuktu. He's a demon, he's a devil, he's a dog. He says he'll call for me at 9 and take me out somewhere to dine, then staggers in and sings sweet and old line. He's a darling, he's a dreamboat, he's a dog. I had the measles at 2, the chicken pox and the flu. My whooping cough was grim. I had the itch and the mumps, the poison ivy in clumps. To top it, now I've got him. He's a palooka, he's a brood. He drives me crazy, but he's cute. Why do I love a guy I ought to shoot? He's a demon, he is a devil, he is a dog.
Hot Pockets. Good Saturday morning, everybody. Good morning, Cornbread. Good morning, Man Bear.
What's going on?
Good morning. Good morning.
How's everybody's morning going so far?
It's going.
So
It's
far,
going.
so good.
Hope everybody's off to a great start to their day. We've replaced the sunrise with deers. Cheers, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Good morning, Amber. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Saturday morning.
Good morning, Ma. I hope you're off to a good morning.
Good morning, Kay. How are you doing on this fine Saturday?
Good morning, Man Bear. No, I'm just kidding. But good morning. I already said good morning. Good morning, Boxman. How are you, brother? I hope you are having a wonderful Saturday morning.
Good morning, Roy. I hope you're off to a good morning.
I hope everybody's having a dope Saturday morning and is ready to wake and bake. Remember one day we were talking about harmonies in songs?
Yeah.
All right, check this out. Cheers, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
And the autumn wind brings them to the end of a faded summer love. When an early autumn walks the land and chills the breeze and touches with her hand the summer trees, perhaps you'll understand what memories I owe. There's a dance pavilion in the rain, all shuttered down a winding country lane, all russet brown, a frosty window pane shows me a town grown lonely. I'm so alone. That dream of ours that started so April-hearted seemed made for just a boy and girl. I never dreamed, did you, any fall could come in view so early, early. So darling, if you can, please let me know. I'll meet you anywhere. I miss you so, let's never have to share another early autumn. No more tears. Autumn came too soon. That dream of ours that started so April-hearted seemed made for just a boy and girl. I never dreamed, did you, any fall could come in view so early, to the end of a faded summer
Good morning, Ash. Good morning, CJ.
Good morning, Ash and CJ.
Hope everyone has a good morning. Unfortunately, I do have to kind of get going due to weather and the roads being like ice skates. So unfortunately, I got to get going, Beans. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're good, man. I knew it was gonna be quick.
Yeah, no, the roads are like, it's just snow on the roads, and it's like our plows don't get out there till later. But make sure you guys hang out with these amazing two people for the Wake and Bake at 420. We got Vicki Bowers coming up with a morning speaker. It was amazing first weekend of the year. Basement Brawl was absolutely amazing, except for Cove-TV winning the silver. I don't know what the hell's going on there. It's hard to say.
Dude, I thought that was a dream. Why did you tell me about that?
I think it was your fault because in the morning show you're like, oh, Bam Bear's gonna get all 5 freaking yucks and shit. It's your fault for jinxing me that basically reverse jinxed Coffee and made him win. So we're blaming Spicy Frijoles this week.
Cornbread. And both just focus on jinxing Coffee for now.
I mean, I know, but that's gonna backfire again because you already fucked it up. But it's okay. I still love you. All right. Make sure you all spread some love and positivity. Something nice for yourself, something nice to share, something nice to your friends, and I will see you all later. Have a good weekend, you guys. Much love.
Wonderful day at work, member.
I always do. Much love.
Much love, man. So, as everybody knows, this Saturday morning, it's been a pretty chilling morning so far, and hanging out watching the deers. Cornbread, what do you know this morning?
I don't know anything this morning.
Was up early, so I've been getting super baked all morning. For real, yeah, Boxman won Nooks last night.
Nice.
And Scott got a pair.
Let's go.
And Yerp got a pair. And man, I'm forgetting. And Heather won the other pair. What does everybody else know this morning? It's been a pretty chilling morning. I don't know. I got up pretty early, and I've just been ripping the mushroom all morning, and then I cleaned it out a little bit, and I've just been smoking on it. I got a blunt rolled for 420. Just been drinking coffee. Do have the Friday Night Lights show, makeup show this morning. Well, it's at noon, so I don't know, it's not really morning, but a baked breakdown this afternoon. I'm kind of excited for that. And the face game tonight. Cornbread, you got any big plans for your evening or afternoon, or I don't know?
I do not. Staying warm.
Yeah, I heard you guys are in like a cold snap.
It is 11 degrees, feels like 0, and it's snowing.
Dang, it is 19 here. It feels like 19. Morgan's been sleeping all morning, so I really haven't went out yet. Oh shit, that's dope.
Oh my god, yeah, that is so cool. Boxman, I saw that. That's so dope.
The mushroom is kind of like blacklight-ish reactive, but I got some peanut butter breath yesterday. I got a shit ton of peanut butter breath yesterday.
It's raining there, Kay. I'll trade.
We are 2 minutes from 4:20. What is everybody else smoking on this morning?
Lemon lava.
That sounds really good, but
it is very good.
I like all the citrusy strains, lemon limonene.
It's not too bad. I like it.
The Pilot Lights was good. I did like that. The Midnight Gelato was pretty good. I like that. I still have some of that left. It's just so dark. It's crazy dark.
Yes, yours is a Christmas tree. I love it, Boxman. I love your rig.
Yeah, it's so dope.
Yeah, I'm smoking on this, and then I have another bag of the same lemon lava. And then I can go back to Dispo and get 2 free ounces because of my points that I keep building up.
Skywalker OG.
Papaya bomb. Nice.
We are 1 minute out from 4:20. My mom hits the road this morning.
Safe travels, Mama Beans.
You can actually tell her.
I am going to take off soon.
Safe travels, Mama Beans.
Thank you. I'll let Garrett and Brian know when I get there.
Okay.
And when I get back. Can have fun.
Yes, take lots of pictures.
I will.
We'll see if possible with internet connection shit if we can sneak her on a morning show some morning because she'll be in our time zone. So.
In Cozumel.
I mean, so we'll see if we can see if it works. I don't know. I don't know how the internet shit works on them things nowadays.
But bye, everybody. I will drive safe. I will have fun, and I will see you when I get back.
Yay.
I'll do the little love thing, too.
Hey, you do it like cornbread.
Yep. So, out of here.
Bye, Mama.
I'll come sit down.
Okay.
Happy 420, everybody. Cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
A rabbit, fly like a bee. No matter what you do, you'll never get away from me because I'm right behind you, baby. Right behind you, baby. Well, I'm right behind you, baby, and you'll never get away from me. Well, you can make up your face, dye your hair. No matter what you do, turn around and up and down because I'm right behind you, baby. I'm right behind you, baby. Well, I'm right behind you, baby, and you'll never gonna get away. Well, you can go to the east, go to the west, the north and the south, and all the rest. You can walk at the heart, stroll across the floor. No matter what you do, you'll never get a minute more. Well, you can fly through the clouds, sail on the sea. No matter what you do, you'll never get away from me because I'm right behind you, baby. I'm right behind you, baby. I'm right behind you, baby, and you're never gonna get away. Ooh, let's go. You ever gonna see me no more? Ooh. Well, you can fly through the clouds, sail on the sea. No matter what you do, you'll never get away from me because I'm right behind you, baby. I'm right behind you, baby. Yeah, right behind you, baby, and you never gonna get away. Well, I'm right behind you, baby, and you never gonna get away. Let's go now. Well, I'm right behind you, baby, and you never gonna get away.
Yes, and I will keep everybody updated as her trip goes. I know she's excited. Well, we do have some This Day in History. Play another song and dive on in, Cornbread.
Let's go.
All right. Let's go with some Sarah Vaughan. Cheers, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. Now, with the help of my trio, Ronald Bright on piano, Richard Davis on bass, Art Morgan on drums, we'd like to do a tune from my Mr. Kelly's album called September in the Rain. The leaves of brown came tumbling down, remember that September in the rain. The sun went out just like a dying ember. That September in the rain. To every word of love I heard you whisper. The raindrops seem to play a sweet refrain. Though spring is here to me, it's still September. That September in the rain. To every word of love I heard you whisper. The raindrops seem to play a sweet refrain. Though spring is here, to me it's still September. That September in the rain. September in the rain. September in the rain. That September in the rain.
That's such a great song. I fucking love Sarah Vaughan. All right. What do you got for us this morning, Vicki B?
Let's go. Vicki B.
Welcome to the weekend. We'll have a rerun today, and I'll add a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa, settle in, and let's see what we have. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for January 3rd. January 3rd is the third day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 362 days remaining to the end of the year, or 363 if it's a leap year. We looked at eisegesis and then exegesis yesterday. In the course of researching those words, I discovered another related word, epexegesis. Where eisegesis means putting one's own spin on a passage of text, and exegesis means studying the text from the understanding of the time and context in which it was written, epexegesis is a noun that means words added to convey more clearly the meaning intended. So epexegesis is the addition of a word or words to explain a preceding word or sentence, or the word or words so added. You can pretty easily recognize a case of epexegesis if you see or hear the phrase, that is to say, or possibly, for example. The word epexegesis comes from the same Greek source from which we got eisegesis and exegesis. First known use of the word epexegesis is in the 1600s. Epexegesis. And with that, this is the birthday of John Ronald Reuel Tolkien, born January 3rd, 1892 in South Africa. He was raised primarily in England, graduated from Oxford, and served in World War I. He went on to become a linguist, a professor at Oxford. One day, when Tolkien was grading exam papers, one of the students turned in a book with a blank page in it. And so he wrote on that page, "In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit." From there, he began developing his story into a novel, The Hobbit, which was first published in 1937, along with the sequel, The Lord of the Rings, which was published in 3 volumes between 1954 and 1955. These books have been engaging the imaginations of young and old ever since, and have been made into movies and series for the big screen, television, and other syndicated venues. Married once, his dear wife passed about 2 years before he did. J.R.R. Tolkien died in 1973 at the age of 81. This is the birthday of American singer, songwriter, guitarist, and producer Stephen Stills, born January 3rd, 1945, in Dallas, Texas, to a military family. So they moved around a bit. He's best known for his work with the groups Buffalo Springfield, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Manassas, as well as his solo work. He's named on Rolling Stone's list of the 100 greatest guitarists of all time and inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. His first solo album achieved gold status and is the only album to feature both Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton. Here's an interesting bit of information about Stephen Stills. He was diagnosed with partial hearing loss in one ear at the age of 9. And this hearing loss has increased with time. A prolific writer, his song Sweet Judy Blue Eyes was inspired by his off-again, on-again relationship with Judy Collins. He wrote the songs Carry On and 4 and 20, and it was his description of the Woodstock Festival to Joni Mitchell that gave her what she needed to write the song Woodstock. Pretty sure we've mentioned that not too long ago. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young also released a version of Woodstock that hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Find the Cost of Freedom was also written by Stephen Stills. He went solo in 1970 and released Love the One You're With, and his topical song For What It's Worth became a top 10 hit. Happy birthday, Stephen Stills. Alaska was admitted as the 49th U.S. state on January 3rd, 1959. Alaska is the northernmost state of the Union and the largest state by area, with more than 3 times the area of the next 3 largest states combined, those being Texas, California, and Montana. It's the 3rd least populous and is the most sparsely populated U.S. state. Alaska's nickname is the Last Frontier. As cold as it is up there, Alaska does have a state flower, and that is the forget-me-not. Sitka spruce is the state tree. Alaska is also known for the Alaskan Malamute dog, dog mushing, gold, and moose. The name Alaska is what the Russians call the Alaskan Peninsula, but it's derived from an Aleut language idiom that means the object toward which the action of the sea is directed. Or more simply, the mainland. As if Russia didn't have enough land area already, they were looking to expand in the 1800s, and Alaska was in their sights. That didn't quite work out to their liking, so William Seward, the 24th United States Secretary of State, was able to negotiate the Alaska Purchase. Alaska was known as the Department of Alaska from the mid-1800s to 1884, and then the District of Alaska from 1884 to 1912. When it became a territory of the United States. Alaska was admitted as a state on January 3rd, 1959, becoming the 49th state of the United States. Between the songs that Stephen Stills wrote and performed, whether solo or with Buffalo Springfield, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, or Manassas, it's hard to choose just one to talk about. They're all beautiful, melodic, and my goodness, the harmonies are just amazing. But I think the one we're going to go with today is the song 4 and 20. He'd recorded the song in one take, solo, playing his own acoustic guitar. He was still with Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, but was planning to go solo and intended to use this song on his debut solo album. When his bandmates heard it, though, they begged him to put it on the Deja Vu album they were working on. He asked David Crosby and Graham Nash to sing harmony parts on the song, but they said, no, it's perfect the way it is. We're not touching it. So 4 and 20 is the only song both written and performed by one member of the band on the Deja Vu album. Stephen Stills said this song was written from the perspective of a man in his 80s who started out with nothing and ultimately ended up with nothing. 4 and 20 by Stephen Stills. Link in the description. Today's quote is, "A sure sign of a good book is that you like it more the older you get." George Christoph Lichtenberg. All righty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time. And a hearty and grateful shout out to these lovely folks who've bought me a coffee. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to add your name to that list, there is a link in the description where you too can buy me a coffee. All righty. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. No Really. No Really. Consider following my Day in History page on Facebook if you're on Facebook. I also have a Patreon account now, or you can buy me a coffee. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
Much love, Vicki B. Thank you so much for this day in history. We super duper appreciate it. Please make sure that you are following Vicki on all of the platforms and buy her a coffee. Morgan. Okay. Good morning, Magic.
Good morning, Magic.
Good morning, Double Dice B Rad.
Good morning, Double Dice Brad.
And good morning, Kimmy. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday or Sunday morning.
Good morning, Kimmy.
They're feeding. It's a feeding time.
Feed the deer. Feed the deer.
I'm always down for some Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Play our song of the day and see where we're at with our morning. We do have our morning speaker coming up. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a pretty chill morning. Super duper big. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
24 years ago, I come into this life, the son of a woman and a man who lived in strife. He was tired of being poor, and he wasn't into selling door to door, and he worked like the devil to be more. A different kind of poverty now upsets me so. Night after sleepless night, I walk the floor and I want to know, why am I so alone? Where is my woman? Can I bring her home? Have I driven her away? Is she gone? Morning comes the sunrise and I'm driven to my bed. I see that it is empty and there's devils in my head.
embrace the many-colored beast. I grow weary of the torment, can there be no peace? And I find myself just wishing that my life would simply cease.
That's such a ridiculously good song.
Yes.
What up, Rosie? Rosie.
Hi.
I sit here and watch these deer all morning. So I don't know. It's like with the bears. Like I'll just get baked and zone out and watching them. It's fucking 5 degrees there. That's cold.
And those deer are still playful as shit.
Oh. Okay.
No deer have no upper teeth.
Let me see if I can figure out where this is at. It's Brownsville Food Pantry. Maine. Maine. It's in Maine.
I mean, Maine.
Yeah, I figured it was a good change. I don't know. And they were active this morning. If there was nothing there, I don't know if I would be here, but
Look at the size of those bucks.
yeah.
Let me get my bow.
All right, we'll play some more tunes and see where we're at with our morning. Let's go with this one. Cheers, everybody.
Comes autumn with her serenade, melodies, the sweetest music ever played. Autumn kisses we knew are beautiful souvenirs. As I pause to recall, the leaves seem to fall like tears. Silver stars were clinging to an autumn sky. Love was ours until October wandered by. Let the years come and go, I still feel the glow that time cannot fade. When I hear that lovely autumn serenade. Through the trees comes autumn with a serenade. Melodies, the sweetest music ever played. Let the years come and go, I'll still feel the glow that time cannot fade. When I hear that lovely autumn serenade. Ooh, autumn serenade. mighty fine, with a splash, with a nibble that tugs at your line. Mighty fine, but you really didn't find you caught a beat up shoe that's leaking water. Some days there just ain't no fish. Tomorrow is unpredictable, so it may be some advice to put away some extra fish on ice. Holy mackerel, wish for a catch every day, and you're wasting a wish. For some days there just ain't no fish. Suffer catfish. Some days you throw out your bait, and the world is your oyster, with pearls on your plate. Doing great. Other days you may play all the angles, still that line just dingle dangle. Some days there just ain't no fish. Tomorrow is unpredictable. It may be some advice to put away some extra fish on ice. Holy mackerel, wish for a catch every day, and you're wasting a wish. For some days there just ain't no fish, ain't no perch, ain't no flounder. There just ain't no fish, no fish.
That's such a fun song. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Just getting baked, listening to some tunes, watching the deer. Nothing too crazy. We do have our morning speaker coming up here in a bit, but I'm in no hurry. We'll keep playing some more music. Cheers, cheers, everybody.
Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine. Into each heart some tears must fall, but someday the sun will shine. Some folks can lose the blues in their hearts, but when I think of you, another shower starts. Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.
Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine. Into each heart some tears must fall, but someday the sun will shine. Some folks can lose the blues in their hearts, but when I think of you, another shower starts. Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.
Into each and every life some rain has got to fall, but too much of that stuff has fallen into mine. And into each heart some tears has got to fall. And I know that someday that sun is bound to shine.
Some folks can lose the blues
heart. But when I think of you, another shower starts. Into each line, some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.
I fucking love the ink spots. This shit's ridiculous. They're so good. I'm just saying, people say, oh, let's listen to some oldies, and they go back to like the Beatles and like Beach Boys. I'm like, oh no, that's not old enough. Cheers, everybody.
I love those dear hearts and gentle people who live in my hometown, because those dear hearts and gentle people will never ever let you down. They read the good book from Friday till Monday. That's how the weekend goes. How it goes. I've got a dream house I'll build there one day, with picket fence and rambling road. I feel so welcome each time that I return, that my happy heart keeps laughing like a clown. I love those dear hearts and gentle people who live and love in my hometown. They read the good book from Friday till Monday. That's how the weekend goes. I've got a dream house I'll build there one day, with picket fence and rambling roads. I feel so welcome each time that I return, that my happy heart keeps laughing like a clown. Like a clown. I love those dear hearts and gentle people who live and love in my hometown. In my hometown. Those dear hearts and gentle people who live in my
Hey, good morning, Steven. No, this is in Maine.
Good morning, Steven.
Penny's not sure what to think about those motherfuckers up there. Whoa. That's a bird. This is live, though. Those deer that is a real thing that's happening.
I'm surprised that little buck right there is eating with that big buck in the same trough.
It is 19 degrees here this morning.
And that other little buck is just standing there. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. We do have our morning speaker. We're going to go with Dr. K this morning. That's great. Huh? Here we go.
If you are trying to improve because you feel hurt in some way, that is going to be a very, very dangerous way to improve. It used to work. Okay, so this is the key thing that has changed in the technological age. But that's where we have to reinterpret the past. Okay, so why do I see this as I am a loser and I need to fundamentally fix myself, as opposed to this was just one rejection? If your goal is to be better so that the future is less risky, when does that end? When do you feel accomplished? When do you feel content? When do you feel peace? So let's take a look at our first post for the day. Okay. I'm stuck in this loop of self-improvement. So I relate to this so much. I feel like I'm improvement gooning since years without progress. I've been watching self-improvement content like Reels, YouTube videos, advice subs for the last 3 to 4 years, but I feel like I haven't made any real progress. Every time I see a motivational video, I feel inspired, but I never take action. My save later list is just piled up with years of videos, Reels, which I probably won't be able to watch. I'm 27 now, and I got into self-improvement after being rejected by a girl I liked. Since then, I've been single and trying to improve myself, but I feel like I'm collecting information instead of actually applying it. For example, I'll watch a video reel saying, don't worry about what others think, stop comparing yourself to others. It makes sense in theory, but the moment I go out and try to interact, those same thoughts of self-judgment and comparison start kicking in. Has anyone else been in this loop? How do you actually break out of this? Be honest, I don't need another just put yourself out there response. 24-year-old improver. Currently learning a new foreign language, read 50 books this year, bench press 120 kg, trying to run 4 kilometers in 20 minutes, quit drinking, will quit smoking, doesn't care about anything, just wants to improve himself. I'm improving, does nothing all day, only improves. Okay, so there are two things here, okay? The first is there's the person who's actually like addicted to self-improvement and improving all the time. And then there's the person who wants to improve, watches a bunch of improvement content, and doesn't actually improve. And so if we want to understand these two things, like this is what's, the person says, look, I don't want just another put yourself out there advice, which is great. So I think this is a really classic example of not understanding the different pieces of the puzzle, okay? So here's what I mean. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and go back to this for a second. So let's understand a couple of things. What we're going to do is go through this line by line, or not line by line, but paragraph by paragraph, and understand a couple of different mechanisms that are going on, why people get addicted to self-improvement. Okay, so the first is, I'm 27 now, and I got into self-improvement after getting rejected by a girl that I liked. Since then, I have been single and trying to improve myself, but I feel like I'm collecting information instead of actually applying it. So now we have to understand a little bit about neuroscience and psychology. So what is the motivation behind self-improvement? If the motivation behind self-improvement is emotion, right? So we have a temporary emotion of feeling rejected. If you feel rejected and you think to yourself, okay, now that I am rejected, I'm going to go improve. What that means is that the driver for your improvement is an emotion, which means that your brain is going to try to fix your emotional state, right? That's what the driver is. I feel hurt. The goal is to not feel hurt. So really simple example, right? So if I feel hungry, I'm not going to go drink water. If I feel hungry, I'm going to eat something. If I feel thirsty, I'm going to drink something. If I feel dejected, what I'm going to try to do is feel accepted. So our brain understands that when we have a signal of like, I'm deficient in some way, we correct it by fixing that signal.
Changing your life isn't easy. When I was flunking out of college, I had to travel all the way to an ashram in India to begin a 7-year journey to put my life back together. Unfortunately, that option isn't available to everyone. That's why I've taken most of what I've learned, distilled it into the most important points, not just from India, but also my years of training as a psychiatrist, into our coaching program. Coaches will help you set appropriate goals, maintain motivation, and hold you accountable. Thousands of people from all over the world have tried HE coaching and have seen sustained improvements in purpose and direction in life, and even reductions in feelings of depression and anxiety. So if you're interested in putting your life together, but don't have 7 years to wander around India, definitely check out HE coaching.
Now let's look a little bit closer. I've been watching self-improvement videos for the last 3 to 4 years, but I feel like I haven't made any real progress. Every time I see a motivational video, I feel inspired, but I never take action. So stop for a second. Hold on. If our driver for self-improvement is to change our internal emotional state, what is the brain going to do? It's not actually going to improve. It's going to try to change our internal emotional state. So the moment that you feel inspired by watching some kind of self-improvement video, then you have fixed the problem, right? So I feel dejected, now I feel inspired. The whole goal is to change my emotional state, right? That's what the driving force is. And so now we also see why this sort of essentially creates a loop, because that once the inspiration goes away, so you save it for later, right? So you save it for later. But once the inspiration goes away, the next day I wake up, I still feel dejected. Now my brain asks itself, okay, when we're feeling dejected, what helps us feel better? Because watching self-help content inspires you. And your brain is like, we feel bad, let's feel good. Simple, right? I'm hungry, let me eat something. And then it learns, oh, you know what works really well? Watching inspirational, motivational content. So then it goes and watches inspirational, motivational content again. And as you repeat that cycle over and over and over again, this behavior gets reinforced. Oh, I'm thirsty. Let me go to the well and get water. I'm thirsty again. Let me go to the well and get water. I'm thirsty again. Let me go to the well and get water. So this is why if you are trying to improve because you feel hurt in some way, that is going to be a very, very dangerous way to improve. It used to work. Okay, so this is the key thing that has changed in the technological age. In the past, when I got rejected by someone and I said to myself, okay, I don't want to feel rejected anymore. I want to feel proud. The problem is that 100 years ago, there were no shortcut dopaminergic tickets to feeling inspired. I couldn't just like sit back and watch something on the internet and feel inspired, feel better about myself, right? Inspiration was not at our fingertips. Inspiration required, and that's not even inspiration. If we wanted to correct our emotional state, we had to go and accomplish something. So I actually had to go to the gym to fix my emotional state. So now the world that we live in is one where, since we have such an easy emotional inspiration at our fingertips, which corrects our original emotional driver for improvement, fixes it, right? So if I'm improving because I feel dejected and I no longer feel dejected, I don't want to improve. And what has your brain learned is the primary way to deal with dejection? Watch an inspirational video on the internet. Done. Simple. So this person is spot on, because now what's going on is there's this, I want y'all to understand this really, really well. Okay. So this person is saying, okay, I'm frustrated. Don't just tell me to put myself out there. Fair enough. We're not going to just tell you to put yourself out there. The first thing that you need to understand is this cycle is completely independent and has nothing to do with the process of improvement. We could substitute with this with, I feel unloved in the morning and I need my partner to tell me I love you, right? So if we have if something's missing in us emotionally, we need some kind of emotional reinforcement. So then what happens is this person even says, look, this person says, I'm 27 now and I got, for example, I'll watch a video, stop comparing yourself to others, and it makes sense in theory. But the moment that I go out and try to interact, those same thoughts of self-judgment and comparison start kicking in, right? So this is literally what happens. Because the moment that you go and try to interact with someone, the feelings of dejection arise again. Because watching inspirational videos on the internet does not process feelings of being a loser. It just makes them go away temporarily. Then you go out into the world and these feelings will come up again, right? So I don't know if this kind of makes sense, but like, if you go out and interact in the world and there's a feeling that always comes up. I feel anxious. I feel concerned. I feel worried. I feel uncomfortable. If this feeling is always coming up, it lives within you and must be dealt with directly. As long as that feeling is there, it's going to keep popping up, and no amount of watching inspirational videos is going to change that. Right? So this is not even about self-improvement. This is about managing your emotions internally. So there are 2 or 3 different methods that you can do to fix this. The first is that you can go back to the original insult, right? So these are like sort of techniques of like trauma processing. We go into a bunch of detail in this in Dr. K's guide if y'all want more like info. There's like 10 hours of this stuff in there. But here's the basic idea, okay? So in that moment where you get rejected by someone, there is one experience that your brain forms conclusions based off of. So if I get rejected, that is just a rejection. That's all it is. It's one rejection. Happens all the time. But if you're not careful, your brain will learn from that rejection. It will say, oh, it tries to understand this rejection. It concludes that I am a loser. Now, even though that event is one time, the feeling of loser lives within you, and it'll keep popping up when you start to go out and you do things. So one of the techniques that you can do is go back in time and try to ask yourself, how did I form this conclusion from this single event? Right? And your mind will give you lots of logical reasons, which is why this is hard to do on your own. But that's where we have to reinterpret the past. Okay, so why do I see this as I am a loser and I need to fundamentally fix myself, as opposed to this was just one rejection, right? Maybe they were having a bad day. Maybe they're asexual. Maybe they're in a relationship. Maybe they're not attracted to my gender, like whatever. There are all kinds of reasons that this person could say this. But why do we make a conclusion about it? So we have to go back and reinterpret the conclusion. The second thing that we do, and this person says, just put yourself out there. So this is going to be how you just put yourself out there. Because a lot of people will say, just put yourself out there. And we hate just being told to put ourselves out there. But no one ever tells us how to put yourself out there. What is the purpose of putting yourself out there? It'll just get better if you put yourself out there. Here is literally what you want to do if you have trouble putting yourself out there. When you expose yourself to a particular situation, there is an environment that will evoke feelings within you. Those feelings will feel uncomfortable. You'll have comparisons in your mind. You'll have self-judgment in your mind. So this is where we need to learn a skill called distress tolerance. If you improve your distress tolerance, you will be able to put yourself out there. People who can put themselves out there, there's a big difference, right? Their capacity for distress tolerance is way higher. So here's the key thing. Putting yourself out there is not about putting yourself out there. It is about staying out there. So once I expose myself to this environment, which evokes these negative emotions in me, if I'm not careful, what I will then do is retreat, right? So if I feel anxious, my brain is sending me signals and says, run away, like Monty Python, run away. And if we retreat, then we're doing something incredibly dangerous. We are training our brain that when I feel anxious, the right response is running away. Now, that may be the correct response when we're living in the jungle and we're being hunted by a tiger, fair enough. But in today's world, that becomes maladaptive. So our brain is not designed for the modern world we live in. It's designed for, a world that existed like 600,000 years ago. That's how it evolved. So putting yourself out there is, and this is what people get like really confused about. They think like, okay, if I just mindlessly put myself out there enough, then I will get better. That's not what it is. What you need to do is put yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable. That's phase one. Second thing is learn to tolerate that discomfort. Just don't react. Don't run away. Don't force yourself to engage. Just sit in that place. And what will literally happen is our subjective sense of distress will gradually decrease. Sometimes it intensifies first and then it goes down. Right? So a great example of this is like if I jump into some cold water, it'll feel really cold for the first few seconds, and then my body acclimatizes. My brain literally acclimatizes. So even if you are feeling anxious in a social situation, as long as you don't keep feeding your thoughts, and we'll get to that in a second, you will acclimatize, and then the anxiety will go away. So now what you've managed to do is tolerate a difficult situation. Now you are in a social situation. You've done the first half of putting yourself out there. You're not even done yet. Then what you need to do is engage. This is what putting yourself out there is. It is tolerating your distress without avoidance, step number one. And this is the cool thing, is that you don't need to solve anything. All you need to do is tank the damage, and your brain will acclimatize on its own. Then what we want to do is the second phase of putting yourself out there. Now you want to engage, right? So now that you're in a social situation, you have less discomfort. Try talking to people. Try engaging with people. Walk up to someone and say, hi, my name is whatever. I'm new here. Do you come here often? Like, what do you think about today's lecture? Like, whatever is going on. Have you played this board game before? Ask some inane question about the circumstance that y'all share. It's a way of opening a conversation. Then we engage in the behavior. And as we engage in the behavior without anxiety, this is really important. See, once we're anxious, our dopaminergic circuitry gets disabled. Okay? So if I'm like being hunted by a tiger, I can't like play D&D at the same time. So our amygdala goes and suppresses our dopaminergic circuitry. So we have to disable our amygdala, and then something cool will happen. Once we are in a situation that we're no longer distressed in, then our capacity for enjoyment increases. So as our capacity for enjoyment increases, I enjoy being at this lecture or whatever. Now I get a little bit of dopamine. So now I feel pleasure. then I will also induce some craving and behavioral reinforcement. So then once I go home at the end of the day, there's a part of my brain will start to want to do that again. Now I have a positive association with putting myself out there. So a week later, I go out and I do it again, and the same sequence will happen. My distress will actually rise again. But I have to learn how to tolerate that distress. Distress goes down. Now the door opens for pleasure. Now I will engage with the people around me. Now I will experience some kind of pleasure. And then this gets reinforced. So when people say this, you should put yourself out there, they have subconsciously figured out this strategy. And the main reason that it's easy for some people to figure out and some people it's hard to figure out is the difference between their baseline distress tolerance. So if you are wired in a way where the signals are really, really high, then it's really hard to get used to it. And instead we run away. Whereas if you are wired, if you're more extroverted, if you're more open to, if you have a higher degree of openness, depending on your temperament, you can put yourself out there more easily. And this is why people will tell you to put yourself out there and they make it sound so simple because it is simple for them. Because their experience of it is way easier than yours. That's why they can tell you, and it happens automatically. They don't even understand these phases. It happens automatically for them. So they just tell you, hey, just like do what I did, right? It's like, just do a cartwheel, bro. Just do a cartwheel. It's easy. It's that easy. So I can understand people's frustration with putting yourself out there as advice, because it doesn't work for some of us. And at the same time, it is still what you have to do, but we can explain to you what the steps are, and then you can put yourself out there. Now, there's one really important caveat to this, which is in the phase of distress tolerance. One of the key things that you don't want to do is engage with your anxiety. So when you have anxious thoughts, there are two things that can happen. You can tolerate the thoughts, or you can engage with them. And here's what engaging looks like. If y'all have experienced anxiety, you know it oftentimes it's not just one thought. One thought, oh my God, like I'm going to fail this test. And then what happens is there's another thought. If I fail the test, I'm going to fail the class. If I fail the class, I'm going to drop out of college. I'm going to fail out of college. If I fail out of college, I won't be able to find a job. If I can't find a job, I won't be able to find a partner. If I can't find a partner, I'll be alone for the rest of my life. I'll be a loser. So you see there's this cascading chain of thoughts. So here's the problem with anxiety is with this cascading chain of thoughts, our anxiety actually intensifies with each step. And as the anxiety intensifies, more thoughts will come. So distress tolerance, when you are engaging in anxiety, means literally shifting your attention away to something else. So my favorite example of this, or my favorite, like my kind of go-to, is breathing, right? So what we want to do is focus our attention on breathing. Take 60 seconds to breathe 3 times. So we're going to count to 10 as we breathe in and count to 10 as we breathe out. Do it with me. Breathe in. And breathe out. In. And out. Now, what do y'all notice about my voice? What do y'all notice about my affect, my emotion? What has happened to me? What has happened to you? 60 seconds. That's all it takes. Now, here's the reason why it's important to do 10 seconds in and 10 seconds out. If I tell you to breathe in and breathe out, just deep breathe. This is what the advice that people give. Just take 3 deep breaths. That doesn't work because 3 deep breaths in an anxious state will still be shallow. You'll go, you'll do 3 deep breaths, but those deep breaths are not, you kind of run through them so quickly that there's enough momentum in the mind for the anxiety to continue. The goal of 10-second breaths in and out is that it demands your attention. You must concentrate it. You must focus on it to succeed. It doesn't happen automatically. It isn't easy to do. So what we want to do is give ourselves a task that requires and demands cognitive attention. The reason that we want to use breathing as opposed to other things is that when we have very slow exhalations and we have slow breaths in and slow breaths out, what will actually happen is our respiratory rate is normally 12 to 14. Once we decrease our respiratory rate to 3, it will change our oxygenation level. It'll change our carbon dioxide level. And as these things change, it will activate our nervous system in a different way. So you're sort of triggering vagus nerve activation, which is going to slow you down. So then that sort of works on the physiological level. So there is a cognitive level where if I am concentrating, I can't be anxious anymore. And we also want to use a technique ideally that will trigger our physiology. But if you don't like breathing or breathing makes you anxious, you can just concentrate on something for 60 seconds. Now, if you're anxious, you're going to think, oh my God, this is going to make me look so weird. So be it. You can go to the bathroom to do it. You can step outside to do it, or you can just breathe quietly to yourself for 60 seconds. I can almost guarantee you that if you're in a social interaction, you breathe for 60 seconds, unless you're like, people can usually talk about themselves for 60 seconds without a problem, right? So like if you feel weird about it, do it anyway, and then build that distress tolerance. Okay, so that's number one. Breaking the loop of I'm addicted to self-help content, but I never do anything, involves understanding what the origin, what the driving motivation for the self-help content is, and recognizing that social media fixes that problem without any kind of improvement. Improvement has nothing to do with this. Now, let's move on to part 2. Now let's actually talk about the improver. Currently learning a new language, reading 50 books, quit drinking, will quit smoking, doesn't care about everything, just anything, wants to just improve themselves. I'm improving, does nothing all day, only improves. Okay. So what's going on here? Why are people so addicted to the 24-year-old improver? So I think self-improvement is good. I strive for self-improvement. I think it's good to improve. I'm working on a couple of things. But one of the most dangerous things that can happen is when improvement becomes the goal. Right? So this is where, if we think about the nature of improvement, improvement is a means to an end, right? So why do I want to improve my communication? Because I want to get better in my relationship. Why do I want to learn a new language? Because I want to, I want to be able to travel to that country or whatever. So like, this is where we have to understand something. Generally speaking, the reason that human beings, the way that your brain is wired to improve is to accomplish a certain goal, right? That's how we know. I don't know if this kind of makes sense, but like, if I have trouble running a mile, my body will sense that physiological stress, will increase my cardiovascular capacity, my muscles will start to grow and strengthen. So we have this very simple, anytime you go to the gym, if you lift heavy weights, why do your muscles grow? Because your brain and your physiology recognize that if I'm trying to do a task and I'm not good at it, I need to get better at that task. So our brain and our body are trying to adapt to ideally succeed in various situations. That's why improvement exists. Okay. What happens with some people is that improvement becomes associated with some kind of psychological deficiency. So here's what I mean by that. So I'll give you all an example. So when I work with patients with body dysmorphia, this is what tends to happen. They have an abstract idea of beauty, right? What does it mean to be beautiful? There's an abstract idea that is not clearly definable. Then what happens is this idea of beauty becomes associated with certain measurable things like thinness or musculature. So men with body dysmorphia who are bodybuilders, they want these huge muscles, right? So I feel ugly. I'm striving for beauty. And now I don't know what beauty is. I don't know what ugliness really is. I can't define it. It's a feeling. And I am associating that with certain parameters like thinness or musculature. Let's just use thinness and talk about anorexia and body dysmorphia, okay? So then what happens is I think to myself, I am ugly and pretty is thin. Therefore, let me increase the thinness. Let me get more thin. Let me get more thin. Let me get more thin. But once again, the problem is that within you, you have a psychological injury that is not corrected by being thinner. So there's something that I feel ugly. Pretty people are thin. Let me pursue this. But this doesn't get healed. So then what happens is we wind up in a situation where people are getting thinner and thinner and thinner, but they never feel beautiful. The origin of feeling ugly is separate from thinness, but our brain connects these two things and relentlessly pursues one. This is what happens with 24-year-old improvers. You live in a world where you are told you need to be better. The world is competitive. You need to be an entrepreneur. You need to be 6 feet tall. You need to make 6 figures. You need to do this. You need to do that. And the world tells you that you are inadequate in 1,000 different ways. And so, especially if you're a man, men are something called external problem solvers, which means that if we feel something bad on the inside, we correct that by fixing something on the outside. If my wife is mad at me, I'm going to get her flowers. I'm going to get her a piece of jewelry. Therefore, she will not be mad at me. I'm not going to bother learning how to deal with her anger, how to manage her anger, how to manage my own sense of guilt when my partner is angry with me. Right? So I'm going to correct the circumstance outside that makes me feel a certain way. I'm not going to manage my own feelings. I'm not going to be stoic about it. I'm going to shape my environment so that the environment sends me no more bad signals. This is how men get manipulated all the time. Because the moment that someone figures out, oh, if I get angry at him, he will buy me jewelry, you're just reinforcing them getting angry with you. So then they will create emotions for you over and over and over again. They will push your buttons so that you become a machine and you offer certain behaviors. Now, in the case of the 24-year-old improver, you are given a ton of anxiety and uncertainty about the world. You won't be able to date. You won't be able to make money. You won't be able to live this beautiful fitness influencer life, and this is what you want. And instead, what you need to do is improve. So there is a certain anxiety, there is a fear of uncertainty, and you think to yourself, okay, if I get better, if I keep on getting better, then my chances of more money, more sex, and more everything improve. So you just start relentlessly chasing that. And the reason that it's never satisfying is because there isn't a particular goal. If your goal is to be better so that the future is less risky, when does that end? When do you feel accomplished? When do you feel content? When do you feel peace? And then what happens is the 24-year-old improver says, I know what I need to do. I need to increase my competency at being peaceful. I need to go to someone. The number of improvement chads that have crossed my, professional space, because they're like, hey, Dr. K, can you teach me how to be at peace with myself? I need to improve that. I'm always unhappy with myself. Teach me contentment. Let me level up the skill of contentment, which is always a fun journey. I love it. It's a blast. Because I'll tell them, I will teach them contentment. It's something you can learn. But, it's a bit tricky. So the key thing, if you're someone who's kind of addicted to self-improvement, is you got to really spend some time thinking about where is the driving force for this coming from. Second thing that you can do is learning how to feel content and just sitting with yourself. So this is a little bit harder, but it's harder to explain. It's not so hard to do, but really stop and reflect about just really look at yourself. Where is this desire for improvement coming from? When I improve, how do I feel about myself? And even if you feel better every time you go to the gym, this is also, now we get to one advanced point. So you may notice, okay, there's an emptiness within me, or there's something that is unhappy within me. And every time I go to the gym, every time I learn a language, I feel better. So then you keep doing it, right? Because you have an emotion of something missing, you improve yourself, and then it feels better. So this cycle repeats over and over and over again. And then the question that you need to ask yourself, the second level question you need to ask yourself is, why does so what you'll notice is that the feeling of relief from improvement is temporary. And then tomorrow, I need to go to the gym again. And I need to go to the gym. Now I need to learn a language. Now I need to read 50 books. Now I need to do all this stuff. Okay? So if the feeling is temporary, hold on a second. How do I ever make this feeling go away forever? Or am I going to be on this endless treadmill of improvement? So this is also a scenario where people sort of discover that improving makes them feel better on the inside, but only for a time, which is why they become addicted to the improvement itself. I'm all for improving. I'm not saying you shouldn't improve, but you shouldn't mindlessly improve. You should improve with intention. And then the other thing that you can learn how to do, and this is beautiful, so now we'll go to step 3, is spend a day doing nothing, intentionally doing nothing, and watch as the feelings of inadequacy start to arise. And as the feelings of inadequacy start to arise, practice distress tolerance. Just watch them, breathe in and breathe out until the anxiety goes away. And then you will start the path of being free from self-improvement.
Hey y'all, hope you enjoyed today's video. We talk about a bunch of topics like this on the channel, so be sure to subscribe for more. If you're already subscribed, GG, and we'll see you in chat.
Oh, that was great.
Okay.
Yeah, I always enjoy the Dr. K's. All right, let me see what we got for some tunes.
Oh, calm down there. Oh,
They're spicy this morning.
I guess so.
All right, we'll play some tunes. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bones. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, to bless my soul, you load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble are my middle name. I was raised in the canebrake by an old mama lion. Can't no high-toned woman make me walk the line. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't, a lot of men died. One fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
You would, Amber. It would too. I'm not disagreeing, but that was fucking great. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday morning. Nothing too crazy going on this morning. We do have the Friday Night Lights Saturday edition because we had to postpone the show last night. And then I'm excited for the bake breakdown. I think that's going to be cool. I'm excited to see how it goes. And the face game tonight. But I got some more tunes for us. Let's go. This shit's always ridiculously good. I usually play it every Saturday because of the solid gold. And I always play it on Sundays because it's super chilling. So, double points. I think it's the correct word. Cheers, everybody. That fucking shit's ridiculous. It's so good. What else? What do we got right here? No, I want Peggy Lee. It was just right here too. Probably not even in the right fucking folder. There. Nope. Damn it. It's Peggy Lee. There it is. I did find Peggy Lee, but that was the right song. Just getting baked, smoke blunts, listening to some old ass music, watching these deer. Penny isn't real sure what to think of those motherfuckers. They move too fast. She's like, I'm gonna get you. Like, I don't think that's how that works, Penny. I don't think that's how that works at all. But I appreciate the effort. Cheers.
Play the guitar, play it again, my Johnny. Maybe you're cold, but you're so warm inside. I was always a fool for my Johnny, for the one they call Johnny Guitar. Play it again, Johnny Guitar. What if you go? What if you stay? I love you. What if you're cruel? You can be kind, I know. There was never a man like my Johnny, like the one they call Johnny Guitar.
Yeah, absolutely right. I just super enjoy that shit. It's such dope. Yeah, I fucking love it. But yeah, we can play some Cole Porter and throw some Roy Brown in there. I've got some Highwaymen loaded up. We'll start with that. Cheers, everybody.
I was a highwayman. Along the coach roads I did ride, with sword and pistol by my side. Many a young maid lost her baubles to my trade. Many a soldier shed his lifeblood on my blade. The bastards hung me in the spring of 25, but I am still alive.
I was a sailor, I was born upon the tide. With the sea I did abide. I sailed a schooner around the Horn of Mexico. I went aloft to furl the mainsail in a blow. And when the yards broke off, they said that I got killed. But I'm living still. I was a dam builder across the river deep and wide, where steel and water did collide. A place called Boulder on the wild Colorado. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete below. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no sound. But I'm still around. I'll always be around, and around, and around, and around, and around. I fly a starship across the universe divide. And when I reach the other side, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I can. Perhaps I may become a highwayman again. Or I may simply be a single drop of rain. But I will remain. I'll be back again and again and again and again and again.
'60s or '70s? That's way too late. That's way too far in the nope. Morning, Scott. What up, Cornbread?
What?
Said what up, Cornbread?
What up?
How's your morning going?
It's going good.
I don't know. Go ahead and smoke one more. Call it a morning show. I don't know. I don't really have too much else going on for the morning.
Thanks, Kimmy. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Well, go ahead and start us off this morning. I hope everybody is up to a dope Saturday. I'm super great. I'm gonna hang out, working a few things. Don't miss the Pick'ems show at noon. Yeah, I don't know. Much love, everybody, and keep it short and sweet. And hand it over to Cornbread. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Much love, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for the morning show. Get baked, watching the sunrise, drink coffee. I hope everybody's had a great Saturday morning. Make sure you're following everybody you're interacting with. Make sure you're following everybody in the co-production team. You don't want to miss out. Let's go. Stay lifted, stay positive, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Much love, everybody. Enjoy your morning.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Today is the best day of my life. Gonna rent a bicycle and ride around the city from 9 till 5. I think today is the best day of my life. Thought thinking about a future all the time. If I'm alone, and I don't mind. Movie stars in black and white pictures. Warm beer and Valium mixtures. Am I in a dream? Crazy as it seems.
lie. Everything's gonna be alright. I think today is the best day of my life. My girlfriend looked worried and asked me why, but I don't know, so I didn't reply. Laying on the car, you've got stars, I've got scars they don't see. I think today is the best day of my life. Last night all I wanted to do was die. Right now I'm happy to be alive. I think today is the best day of my life. Last night all I wanted to do was die. Right now I'm happy to be alive.
I think we got time to smoke one more, Britt.
Yeah.
All right. This will be our much love, everybody. Cheers, cheers. Much love, Brittany. We'll catch you later.
Much love, Brittany and Jennifer.
Let's go with this one. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
You know, sometimes I'm caught up in my head. I'm trying to make the best of the lows and the highs. But it's hard sometimes when you're scared to take a step. You're fighting with the waves, so afraid of the tide. Gotta let it go. That's the only way that I know how. Gotta lose control. No, I won't ever let it count me down. Oh, when I'm lonely and when I come undone, remember what you told me. Life's like a waterfall. I know the only way to get along is going with the flow, 'cause life's like a waterfall. I know the only way to get along is going with the flow, 'cause life's like a waterfall. I know sometimes this life can break your heart. When something's fall apart, there's no good in goodbye. But the darkest night won't always be that dark. Tears are gonna fall, tears are gonna dry. Gotta let it go. That's the only way that I know how. Gotta lose control. No, I won't ever let it count me down. Oh, when I'm lonely and when I come undone, remember what you told me. Life's like a waterfall. I know the only way to get along is going with the flow, 'cause life's like a waterfall. Like a waterfall. When I'm lonely and when I come undone, remember what you told me. Life's like a waterfall. I know the only way to get along is going with the flow, 'cause life's like a waterfall.
Much love, everybody.
Much love, everyone.
Catch you guys later.